All right, sports fans, it's time for another edition of the Sports Couch, a look at area sports through the eyes of a local athlete, coach, or superfan. The Sports Couch is made possible by People's National Bank, a full-service bank with multiple locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. People's National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. And made possible by Mt Vernon Title Company, your real estate closing professionals. When you need real estate closings, title searches, contract for deed, or any other legal real estate document, depend upon Mt Vernon Title Company. Who will be on the couch this morning? Let's find out. During week one of the high school football season, Mt Vernon Rams went on the road to Waterloo to take on the Bulldogs, a team that was a playoff team last year, a year ago. I think they went 9-2 a year ago and came in with high expectations this year as well. Waterloo beat the Rams Friday night, 34-17. Joining us to talk about is head coach Stan Mings of the Rams. And Coach, hey, your team got off to a great start. You had a couple of big plays, a 71-yard play from scrimmage on a run. Also had a 35-yard TD pass a little bit later on. Had a nice field goal. So, I mean, early on, things were looking good.
Yeah, and we had another 40-yard run and another 18-yard. I mean, in the first half, we did what we basically wanted to do to them offensively. We knew that. And we caused a turnover right at the beginning, put us up by 2 scores. Felt like things should have kept going our way. But we fumble a snap inside the red zone. Mm-hmm. They score. Mm-hmm. Go 14-7. They onside kicked, got it, went down, tied it up. They came back, kicked it deep on us. Okay, then we went down and scored a field goal. Mm-hmm. All right. Then they scored a touchdown. And missed the extra point, so it was 20-17.
Right.
Then they kicked another onside kick and recovered it. And once they got that lead, then they just went shoe-to-shoe, full house, and just didn't give us the ball back. You know, we ran 3 plays in the third quarter, 3 plays in the fourth quarter, and we couldn't get off the field. And they didn't have big plays. Mm-hmm. We forced them to drive the field, and they went 3.5 yards every play, and they beat us. Yeah. You know, I mean, when they controlled the clock the way they did, and we lost a turnover battle in such a substantial way, only to get beat as bad as we got beat was a miracle. Mm-hmm. You know, but we did what we were supposed to do. We were in the right places. They were just physically that much stronger than us that they just moved us out of the way and did what they wanted to do.
To have only 6 offensive plays the entire second half, that's almost unheard of.
Well, that's how you beat us, because we're dynamic on the offensive side. Mm-hmm. You know, so the best defense is your offense.
Keep the ball out of the Rams' hands.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what it is, and that's what happened. So, you know, they had their plan, and once they got the lead, they executed the plan, and you know, we walked out of there with an L. You know, and it's something that probably we had more than enough chances to win. But when you turn the ball over, you don't deserve to win in football. I mean, you just don't. The whole name of the game is who possesses the football. Right. You know, and if they've got it, you want it. If we've got it, you got to keep it. And so you can't just keep giving it back to the other team, and that's what we did. So they deserve to win, and we deserve to lose.
We're sitting here watching practice right now here as we look ahead to this week's game. We'll get to that in a moment. But you mentioned the onside kicks, 2 of those that they recovered. I'm sure that's one of the things that you're concentrating on and looking at during this week's practice, huh?
Randy, that was our first 3 practices of fall camp, and we do it every day. Uh-huh. So, I mean, somebody would look at that and say, you guys need to practice it. My God, we practice it every single day. Mm-hmm. You know, have the courage to grab the ball, know that you're going to take a hit, and just do your job. You know, we didn't do it. Yeah. You know, the bottom line is we didn't do it, and we got beat because of not doing that particular part.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's turn the page here, and you're going to get into South 7 Conference action this week. In fact, it's the only conference game on the schedule this week. Rams travel to Carbondale to take on the Terriers. Carbondale was a 21-13 winner over Murfreesboro in week 1. I'm sure you've had a chance to look at film. Your thoughts on the Terriers as you head into this weekend's matchup?
We're very similar athletic-wise. I mean, I think it comes down to both teams can score points from anywhere on the field, you know, on the offensive side. The difference is this year, you know, whatever changes they made, they're really sound fundamentally on the defensive side. You know, so I think that they're much improved there, more improved than they were in the last couple of years. You know, it's going to be a game that is dictated by 2 things. One, keeping their quarterback contained, and being able to guard number one in their passing game. Now, they have other weapons. They do. They have other weapons. But when it comes down to it, those two guys, if we lose, those two guys are the ones that beat us. And we can say it now on Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it is, and say, you know what? We know the plan is in place. We're practicing the plan to stop that. Well, you also have to have the ability to really want to stop somebody. You've got to make some plays on the defensive side, and that's what it's going to come down to. We know what we have to do. It's not a secret to what they do. It just comes down to, do we have the dogs that want to fight a little bit? And right now, after last Friday, I don't know. We have the athletic ability, but you have got to have a desire to stop somebody and tackle somebody and be a little physical. And right now we may be struggling with that a little bit.
Got to play without emotion, and we talked about that last week too.
We did. In this game, you cannot play without emotion. You cannot come out and walk through this game. You can't. You've got to play with high adrenaline. You got to play with high intensity, and there has to be some excitement to what you do. And that's just the way it is. And if we can go down and match their adrenaline and match their 1-0 start, because right now they're looking to go 2-0. They're one step closer to making the playoffs, and so they're pretty excited about stuff. And they beat their big rival, with Murfreesboro. So they're sky high. We have a lot of things that we're going to have to get better at, and a lot of things that we're going to have to take a little bit more pride in.
You did have one key injury to one of your skilled guys last week in the game against Waterloo, so somebody's going to have to step up, aren't they?
They are. But like I say, we have 15 kids.
Yeah.
Was he a starter for a reason? Yes, he was a starter for a reason, because we're trying to play as many kids one way as we possibly can. But we have kids to fill that spot. Not maybe as well, but we have many kids that can get that job done. So we're just going to have to hope that those kids buckle up and understand that now, whoever it is, you're the starter now. What are you going to do to make us win, to make us better?
Yeah. Coach, as always, we appreciate the visit. Best of luck at Carbondale this week.
All right. Thank you.